Someone please tell me why people find it necessary to give you advice on your own illness. Okay, so if you have something posted and you tell me, like, any suggestions, any advice, except will you please not, if you not have any of the 2 diseases, please do not leave any comments, advice, etc. Please. How hard is it to not follow that? So, people, I just, I get aggravated, and it's just, and it's not just me. I mean, it's other people in the Crohn's and gastroparesis and other illnesses that this happens to, and it's aggravating, and it's even more aggravating when you post it like that, and even more aggravating when they don't even have it. I'm sorry. I'm irritated by this. You know, I've heard everything, and I tried to ignore it, but when you put it on there in capital letters, and they go on to tell you about your disease, and this, and that, and the other, and it's like they didn't even read what you posted. Yes, I'm angry. I'm upset. Because it's like, even on my Crohn's page on Facebook, I'm constantly posting stuff. If I see something that I think that not only I would like, I post what my followers would like. And it's all, and sometimes I'll post it. If I posted it 6 months ago, I'll repost it, because there's always new people coming into my group. And you know, and sometimes it's not even people that have the disease. It's people that are interested in learning about it because they or somebody else that they love have it. And so when you are giving somebody advice on something that you want to sound like you know something about, or you think you're giving somebody advice about, but when they blatantly put it up there for you not to do it, you should never do it. And if you question if you should do it, don't do it. Because we already know our disease backwards and forwards. And trust me, even whenever we get the diagnosis of, well, it could be ulcerative colitis, but I'm pretty sure it's Crohn's disease. Trust me, you are already looking that crap up. And it's just aggravating. And I mean, oh my gosh, why can't people just listen and read? Well, I guess if you're reading, you can't listen, but you can listen to your inner voice, because you have an inner voice whenever you're reading. And you know, it's like asking somebody who has been in a wheelchair their entire life, and they're in a wheelchair, and just automatically assuming that they would want your help, instead of asking them, would you like some help? They would prefer that you'd ask them if they need some help, then get right behind them and start pushing them. Or it's nice to help them with the door, but some of them don't even want you to help them with the door. And so telling me that my disease is an autoimmune disease, when I already know this, because I've already lived with it, and I've already lost enough of my organs because of it. And I have another disease on top of it that makes my life even more miserable. And how many memes are on Crohn's disease that is just because of this actual point. Because it's like you can't get anything in people's minds. It's like they just, it's like words come to their head and they bounce right back off and go right into the wall. I'm serious. I mean, it's annoying. And you know, the best places I like being, I don't mind being at my GI motility clinic. I don't mind being at my surgeon's office. I don't even mind being at my PCP's office. And you know why? Because 9 times out of 10, at the PCP office, they're going to go through a colonoscopy, or they're going to be having some kind of issues like mine. Or I know at the motility clinic, they're having problems with gastroparesis. And at the surgeon's office, they're there for my surgeon, or cardiovascular surgeon, or general surgeon, or one of them. And usually I can tell which one's there for my reason. So I don't mind. I've even been at Kroger waiting for this couple to get whatever Gatorade and Powerade she wanted. She got anything but blue or red. And I looked at her and I said, colonoscopy? She said, yes. I said, and she told me, oh, yes, and I'm having the upper endo. And I said, oh, yeah, I've had them done both times. I said, but it's not as bad as long as you don't, it's not bad. As long as they don't do a bunch of biopsies, you'll be okay. It's like you get you get this inner channel and you can sniff these people out. But these people that are writing and telling you these things, they don't have that inner thing, and it's like they read somebody's reply to you and they automatically think, oh, this is new bait, and they don't know that they didn't read. If they read, they might know that I know what the hell it is I'm talking about, because I said that I have my own group. I'm debating my whole joining this group, because if people's not going to read, and that's why I put that on there, is that I'm not there for a weight loss journey. I'm there for support, because I love meat, but I can't have it. And the reason why I can't have meat, oh, well, let me clue you in. I went on a plant-based vegan diet, and the reason why I went on it is because my gastroparesis is getting really bad. I did have, if you guys had followed me on here, you will know that I had the permanent gastric stimulator put in. And the gastric stimulator only helps with the symptoms. And so now my stomach has decided that it can't digest meat, and it refuses to digest meat. And when I eat even just a couple tablespoons, it immediately hits my stomach, and I'm doubled over in pain. So I had to go plant-based vegan. And I love meat, and that's why I decided to join this group, because I love meat, and I need some restraint, and I'm gonna need somebody when it is to that point where I'm like, ready. And Thanksgiving and Christmas is coming, and there's turkey and ham, and oh my God, I love it, and I can't have it. And I've been on this for 14 days Thursday, and no, I'm not on it for weight loss, but it's happening, and I'm not upset about it, because I am overweight for my height, and that has to do with Crohn's, because of all the infusions I've had to have, and medications that have made me gain weight. My normal medications don't make me gain weight. So now that I'm off the other medications and I'm doing this, now I'm seeing a weight loss. And for doing nothing but changing my diet. And I'm feeling a little bit better as far as changing my diet. I still have the nausea and all that, and I'm gonna have it. That's just gastroparesis, and I will always have my hydration therapy. That's just part of the Crohn's and the ileostomy together. And so yeah, I got on this group because I'm gonna need the I'm gonna need advice. I'm gonna need support. My husband, he's a carnivore. He loves meat, and he's like me. But he can he's regular. He can eat, the meat. He can eat that. He don't like vegetables, and I can go full vegan. It's just very tempting, and I can't do the temptations, and I don't eat a lot anyway because of gastroparesis. It shuts me down, and I'm never hungry, and that's because my stomach doesn't empty like it should, and I eat like a literally a quarter cup of oatmeal in the morning, and now I'm full. If I even eat that much. I think today I only ate like 3 tablespoons of oatmeal, and that was it. I'm lactose intolerant, so I put a little bit of maple syrup in it to help give it a little bit of flavor. If I get hungry through the day, I'll eat maybe a banana or a half a banana. And at dinner, I usually eat, a vegetable and half of an apple and half of a banana, and have a tablespoon of peanut butter with my apple, and then I'm satisfied, and it doesn't bother me the rest of the night, and I'm okay. But there's just things that you don't say to somebody with IBD, and it's ulcerative colitis. Ulcerative colitis, not IBS. IBS is irritable bowel syndrome, and there's a big difference between irritable bowel syndrome and irritable bowel disease. And I'm going to tell you, even if you already know, irritable bowel syndrome is only inflammation of your bowel. You have no lesions, you have no abscesses, nothing. There's nothing except inflammation, and that's it. IBD is different. You have damaging ulcers. You have fistulas, you have fissures, you have all this fun, good, nasty shit going on with you. And I have had fistulas. Never had a fissure, and I think a part of that is because I got my ostomy very quickly, and then I kept not wanting to have it reversed, but it was also because I had a rectovaginal fistula, and it wouldn't heal. When you have Crohn's disease and you have to have surgeries of that sort, you continue to get your tissues tend to deteriorate the more surgeries you have to have, and that's what's happened to me. And then I had a fistula from my small bowel to my large bowel, and so my bowel was horrible. Something about cancer, my doctor told me, and then I read it up on my chart, and Anyway, it was just in really, really bad shape, and I ended up having to have that removed along my. He went ahead and took out my appendix because I didn't need it, and then I had the rectum and the anus removed, and so I don't know if you guys have heard of the Barbie butt, and that is where literally, if you're a girl, you play with Barbie dolls, you know what I'm talking about. There is nothing there, it's all sewed up. So yeah, and so I have lived my life with Crohn's disease, and so I know that Crohn's is an autoimmune disease, and don't need anybody tell me that. But there are things that you do and you don't say to somebody with a disease, especially somebody that has one that's invisible, and you know, it seems like, you know, like right now, somebody tell me, hey, you like you lost weight. Well, thank you. But when I was like 60, 70 pounds, I look sick. And I mean, I've got pictures now that I'm just looking and I'm like, oh my God, I looked horrible. And I did. And I have shorts now that was a size 2. And I'm looking at them like, I wore these. I was sick looking, very sick. I had hip bones. I didn't have hips. I had hip bones, and you know, and then, you know, I would hear people on Facebook tell me, "Oh, but you'll be okay." My cousins, uncles, brothers, whatever, she had that and she's fine, and so will you. And you know, and there's just things you do and you don't say, and that's one of them. And you know, somebody that's been battling Crohn's disease or, you know, gastroparesis or any of this, you just, if you think it's going to be offensive, then don't say it. You know, if you see somebody's gained weight, don't say anything, because for one, they probably don't like that weight that they gained. 2, it's probably because of an infusion or prednisone or something like that, because none of the medications that they give us is good for you. It is solely to make you feel better, and that's it, nothing more. They lost weight, they can't help it. It has everything to do with the Crohn's or the gastroparesis. There's more. I just can't think of them right now. Like me, I hardly ever wear makeup. And I only do it on here because I usually look really sick. But there's just certain things, you know, you don't come off to somebody that has said that they have the diseases. Please don't say anything, no advice unless you have them. Because then if you've had them, then I'll be open for suggestions about my disease. Otherwise, I'm open to advice and suggestions to the diet. Nothing more, nothing less. So, it's just upsetting that people don't, you know, they just overlook it and they just look at the replies. And, you know, I see that a lot on Twitter and Facebook. And, it's just, I don't know. It's aggravating and somewhat offensive because you asked them not to do it and they did it. So, anyway, if y'all come up on anybody that looks like they might be sick or whatever, or have had rapid weight gain, and you don't know what their illness is or if they even have one. And you know what? I'll tell you this one right here. I have lost teeth because of my disease. Because I was on because malnutrition, malabsorption, and the fact that I've had so much medication run through this body, both IV and PO, and I had to get a port because I had no vascular access anymore. But I've lost teeth because of all the drugs that's ran through my body. All of them I've had to take by mouth, and because my body doesn't absorb vitamins and nutrients, and I'm always malnutritioned. I'm always anemic. My potassium's always low. My vitamin B's always low. My vitamin D's always low. I mean, you name it, it's always low. And my calcium's always low. And and I've always had bad teeth anyway, and so I've lost a lot of teeth, and I wear a partial plate, and so it didn't affect none of my front teeth and my back teeth, and so I have a partial plate, and I am not the only person with Crohn's who have lost their teeth due to Crohn's. There's a lot of us, and so a lot of people don't know. And another thing is that some people go ahead and get their teeth pulled, but they can't afford to get partials, full plates, or nothing. And you might see them and think right off the bat that they're on meth, they're on crack, they're on this, they're on that, and they're not. They have a disease and they can't afford to get their teeth done. I have a bad habit. I'm rocking. I've done that forever, and I know it's a nervous habit. My husband always gets on to me about it, and then my mouth is dry from all the medicine, and I do hydration therapy, but it's not enough. But yeah, people judge before they know what's wrong with you. So if you see somebody that themselves look clean and kept and whatever, and they don't have all their teeth, then don't necessarily think that they are doing drugs, because it's not necessarily true. I have a friend on here, not a friend but an acquaintance, and she lost hers because of it, and I did too, and so, and there was something else. Oh, our hair thins out. My hair's thinned out a lot. It was really, really thick. And I'm in a way, I'm kind of glad, because this mess is still thick, and it's naturally curly, and it's annoying. But I don't want to get it cut short. It's easier to throw it up in a ponytail or a twist or whatever. What else? There's something else. Oh, and if they're overweight, doesn't mean that they're eating too much. It is probably the medication. And don't think that because they are overweight that they can't have gastroparesis or Crohn's disease, because it depends on what you're taking. So, my stomach's hurting right now. I need to go take my day medicine. I meant to do it earlier and I didn't. So, anyway, that is just what I wanted to say. And it really irritated me. And so now I got it out. And I hope maybe you guys are more informative about it now. And so I will get this edited maybe and get this uploaded. So you guys have a good day and a good night, and I'll see you guys later. Bye.